Hey guys, I'm Danny Gordon and this is Drawing with Danny, and today we're going to draw this really cute raccoon. Now a few things before we get started. I want you to try holding your pencil towards the center, and much more importantly, I want you to hold onto your pencil really loosely, and that way we can erase our guidelines. I'll see you shortly. Okay, let's go ahead and draw this really cute raccoon. I named him Ricky, so he's Ricky the raccoon. Anyway, as always, we want to start with our larger shapes, but before we start that, let me just remind you to hold your pencil towards the middle and hold it very, very loosely. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the largest shape, and that, of course, is the shape of his head, which is basically rounded like an oval or circle on the top. And at the bottom, it's flat, basically, but it has three curves, or actually two curves. Curve, curve. Okay, so it's got a point on either side and in the middle. And the point in the middle is going to be the lowest point. And a little trick we could do is we can kind of get a sense of where the middle is by just drawing a light line like this. So now, as I draw this first curve ending in the middle, I know that that's pretty much in the center. So now I'll do the curve on this side. And again, the lowest point's in the middle. And now I can get rid of my guideline. That's a little trick to sort of find the middle. Okay, let's go ahead and draw its nose. And its nose is a pretty good sized circle right in the middle, right over that triangle shaped point that we made in the middle. There we go. And we can actually make it a little bit longer, bigger if you wanted to. So if you have a bigger nose, that's fine. If your nose is a little smaller, that's fine as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw the oval-shaped highlight on its nose. Okay, let's go ahead, and since we're down here, let's go ahead and draw its body. And that's pretty simple. We just got a slightly curved line on this side and a slightly curved line on this side. And then we have two slightly curved lines inside of those lines. And that pretty much completes his body as it's drawn here. Okay, now let's go ahead and draw his the rectangles that are the black parts over his eyes, almost like a mask. So I'm going to establish how far apart those are here in the middle. And now these are simply rectangles. Now they're rectangles in an altered state, meaning they're not normal straight rectangles. They're rectangles that are curved. So we're going to go ahead and draw those on either side here. And now before I draw the upper portion, I think what I'll do is, I think I'll go ahead and draw his eye first. You can see how close this edge of his eye is to this edge of the rectangle, and it's the same here. And I want to make sure I save enough distance between the top edge of this rectangle and the top edge of his eye to draw his eyebrow. See that? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and complete the top portion of the curved rectangle. And let's go ahead and do that on this side as well. Now, hopefully you guys are remembering to keep your lines nice and light. I'm purposely making mine a little bit darker, although not so dark that I can't successfully erase them. But I want you guys to keep yours really, really light. Okay, now so we've got that. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I like to do, sort of change the expression of my character by drawing eyelids through the eye and drawing the eyes underneath the eyelids. And then he's got these cute little rectangular shaped or triangular shaped eyebrows. There we go. And now let's go ahead and draw his little whiskers here. He's got two whiskers on either side. Okay. Now let's go ahead and draw his ears, and his ears are what I call soft triangles. pretty big ears, triangle shaped ears. He's got one on that side, and of course he's got one over here. And sometimes it's hard to, when you've drawn an eye or an ear or something on one side of the face or the head, it's hard to draw that exactly the same on the other side. So we can see that this inside rim of his ear is thicker or wider than it is over here. So we can draw that on our character that we're working on. And the same on this side. And so now we can draw its hairs, and he's got three sort of sets of hairs, two inside his ear and one on top of his head, each of which has three triangular shaped hairs that are curving in one direction or the other. And here on top of his head, they're curving in this direction. So we have the shortest one here on this side. And once we draw those, then we can erase the line between the hairs and the top of the head. And I'm going to clean up some of my other lines as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and do that here. This time these hairs are going in this direction. So we start here. They're all triangular shaped. One is the longest, or perhaps the middle one is the longest. Either way is fine actually. And then this would be the shortest. Okay, and then we can erase the line between the hairs and that edge of the head. I'm going to make this a little bit darker there. Okay, now the last group of hairs, triangle shaped hairs, are curved in this direction. So we got 1, 2, and 3. And once we've drawn that last one, we can erase the line between the hair and that edge of the head. And there is our really cute raccoon. So thanks so much for joining me today. If you have any questions about today's lesson, let me know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and please give me a thumbs up. And I will see you next time.